Oh, don't be afraid. We're going to walk you right through it. I'm BJ Flag.
I'm melting. I'm melting.
Very funny. I'm BJ Flag.
And I'm Rich G, and this is episode 230, How to Hire Your First Employee.
What's it really like to hire your first employee, Rich?
Well, in short, terrifying.
Am I ready? Have I, how do I do it? How do I know when I'm ready? Where do I start?
Yeah, how do I do it? How much should I pay? What if they suck?
How much time is it going to take me to train them? What if it doesn't work out?
And what if I can't afford to pay them? What if I don't have enough work? These are all things that go through everyone's mind when they hire their first employee.
Let's have a conversation. Rich, dive right in.
Okay, your first action is you need to diagnose the current state of your business. And what do I mean by that? Are you currently turning down work? Or are your customers or clients complaining about the long wait times or you're missing deadlines and stuff?
Is the quality of your services and products diminishing? Are you seeing a general pressure from clients that things might be just getting overwhelming?
Yeah, or are you neglecting your financials? Ooh. Is that like the last thing to do? And you're like 2 months in, you go, God, I got to pay my bills. I got to send out invoices and stuff.
And how's your health? Have you kept postponing breaks and vacations and your family's flipping out?
Yeah. Are you
That's a good indicator.
Are you working 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are your customers commenting that they can't reach you? This is a big one.
You can easily afford another person, but are you afraid to take that next step?
Yeah. If you're running into all of these or some of these or even one of these, you probably need to start looking at hiring your first employee.
Yeah, it's
so what's
time.
Our second action?
Can you afford this? I think money is the first big thing. Let me just clear this up. The answer is yes. That's the point where we need you to start from. You're operating right now in an overwhelming amount of work, and you do everything. Even if you need to write it down on a piece of paper, I'm hiring an employee this month. We need you to care about you. Do it now.
Yeah. And running the numbers is easy. Salary, compensation, benefits, taxes, and any added fixed cost, computer, added space, furnishings. It's not a lot. It's really easy.
Easy to do. You're going to be adding a person that will be able to help you, right when you first expect. They're going to do 20% of the work, and 80 is probably going to be the learning component. But that is a 20% increase in your productivity that you have today. Your shoulders will totally fall back to their normal position. This is something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I work with a lot of clients where I tell them you need to set a timing schedule for training. This is going to be an expense, but it's well worth it because once they come up to speed, and they're going to probably come up to speed a lot faster than you think.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Suddenly that 20% increase in productivity gets to be 30, 40, 50%.
Right. And when we say the 80-20 rule, which is really important in this thing, it's flip-flops. And all of a sudden their productivity is 80%. Always keep a 20% training component at the end. You're doing yourself a huge favor.
And if you're nervous about some of the numbers, just meet with your bookkeeper or your tax person. They could sit down and kind of lay out all the things, because if this is your first employee, you're probably afraid I'm going to forget something like some tax or some this or that. Sit down with an expert for about an hour and they'll lay it all out. They'll even probably talk to you about what kind of salary to charge and stuff. So
yeah, huge help. Really lean on those professionals to be able to help you with that. So go on.
Our third action is you need to define your need to help you target the right person. It's just not willy-nilly hiring someone. You have to figure out where are the gaps where are your weaknesses? What are your weak points? Where are you dropping the ball in your business?
Is it financial? Hire somebody who's a bookkeeper, who has bookkeeping skills. I got to tell you, that was my first trigger hire. That was the tipping point hire. I had somebody who was great, who worked with me more in a partner format. But when we hired that bookkeeper, it was the best thing that we ever did. Great addition.
Yeah. Could it be sales? You need sales. You need a business development person. You might be an introvert and you don't like to get out there and knock on doors. Well, you need someone to help you make the right connection. So they introduce you to the right people.
Yeah. And I got to throw this in, is it creative or marketing? These people can explode your business by exposing yourself to new markets and being able to energize all your social media, all your things that are going on. That's a great hire.
Yeah. And you actually don't need to hire that person. You just need to hire newrenew.com and BJ.
There we go.
So I'm going to throw that in there very quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, forget about that hire. Just outsource to newrenew.com. You'll be fine. But it's in operations. See, this is a big one that I find with a lot of my clients. They know how to run their business, but it's an unmanaged chaos every day. They can't keep anything straight. The paperwork, the structure, ordering, inventory, everything. They need an operations person to run it because they're the creative mind. They're the front office person.
Yeah.
Someone in the back office running everything.
We realized we needed a trafficker, somebody who just handled the traffic of all the jobs and what was happening. She literally will say, okay, at 3:00, do you have everything ready? That's about a half an hour from now. Do you have the agenda? Do you have and I'm telling you, it happens. It happens. The fourth action is time to pull the trigger. Just do it. You're about to enter the best time for your business. This is a tipping point. Take advantage of it. This is it.
Yeah, take a note at the moment. You'll never be this size again. I love remembering back to the moment and realizing it was one of my best decisions to get an assistant.
Yeah. And it just changed the way you thought about your business. All of a sudden, you're back to being positive, energetic, ready to go. Super great feeling, right?
Yeah.
But now it's time to prepare for the new hire. You want to have those forms ready, the important numbers, the sign-ins all ready to go. You need email signatures that any computer needs. The more professional you are at this point, the more impressed the new employee is.
So you're probably sitting there going like, well, how am I going to do all this? BJ and I have the best resource. This is a book I give to every one of my clients when they're ready to hire their first employee. It's a book called Hire Your First Employee. It's by Rhonda Abrams. And it's not like War and Peace. It's like 110 pages. And it's a workbook. If you want to grow your business, this is the guide to help you find, choose, and lead great people in your business.
All the stuff's in there. The hard facts about taxes and laws and inspiring guidance and your employees and everything and how to make your business successful. It's a great read. Very quick.
It is. Every time I recommend it to a client, they're like, oh, this is a great book. This was my roadmap to hiring my first employee. So if you want to take this podcast to the next level, go out and buy this book.
Best book ever. Oh my goodness. Well, that's our show today. If you are looking for an accountability partner to help you grow your business and career, check out Rich at richg.com. It is well worth your time. He can walk you through what we have just been talking about. And I talk from personal experience.
And if you want the best, and I mean the best, to energize your marketing, check out BJ at newrenew.com. And that's NURENU.com.
And thank you to our producer and king of creative, Richard Scalzo, who constantly amazes us with his amazing ideas. bringing you the best small business podcast every Tuesday.
Have an unbelievable week and catch you later.